Transit police in Washington, D.C. violently arrested a young woman because she wouldn't give up her snacks. Videos posted Wednesday show one of the cops kicking the woman's feet out from under her and shoving her to the ground while she was handcuffed. And if you hadn't guessed by now, yes, she's black. Let's take a look at the video.
Not your world. All right, sit down. Sit down.
Oh my God.
Sit there.
I swear to God, man. Oh, the shit out of me.
Sit down. Sit down. Do you know her mother's phone number? Nobody knows her information. Have a good day, folks. If you want to ride the system, put your car through and go 10 to trains. If not, leave the station.
It's because she had a bag of chips and a lollipop that she was eating when she was eating that.
You doing too much. Fix it. Stop talking. Why are you going through my stuff? Because I have food in my hand? The fuck? Doing too much. Son, I don't like a full course thing.
How old are you?
No, I'm not telling you.
Okay.
That's why you're not going to come. Can you come get my stuff?
Yes.
You go get my stuff.
Oh, really? I thought you had none of the Oh, goodness. She had a lollipop? That is outrageous.
It's outrageous.
Because she has a lollipop. That is ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. You could have told her to put it away. You could have told her to put it away. Or took the lollipop. Or you could have took the lollipop. Why would you? That is crazy. That is so crazy.
Thank you for riding Metro. You guys have a good
That is so crazy. Just a little girl. It's a little girl. It's a little girl. And you should just took the lollipop. That's all you should have done. Is took the lollipop from her and that was it.
Well, we asked her for the lollipop.
And you have a good day. This is on camera for all these people. It doesn't matter. You can't shut my mouth.
That's why she's under arrest.
You can't shut my mouth. She has a lollipop. You should have took the lollipop.
I'm trying to explain to you
it's
what
a
happened.
little girl. It's a little girl.
Girls to break the law.
Okay, it's
like
fine.
everybody else.
But she's a minor.
And she goes to juvenile detention, and her
It's a
mom
minor.
comes and picks her up. That's
Okay,
how it works.
fine, but you should-
Now you'll notice that the recording started after she was handcuffed. Okay, so we don't know what happened beforehand, but we do know what happened afterwards. You can see that bag of chips on the floor, okay, on the ground. Now transit policies say that, hey, it's illegal. You can't eat or drink inside of the Capitol's train system. I'm sure that not everybody follows that rule. Now, does the same thing seem to happen to everybody else? I'm not entirely sure. But I'm guessing that if you're a white guy in a suit, you might get away with eating a donut, as opposed to, of course, a young black teenager. I'm guessing they're going to get treated differently. But then again, look, I don't know. I do know MTPD does sometimes give $10 citations to adults that are eating in the system. Now, you heard the woman saying, here, she's a minor, she's a little girl. Well, first of all, her age is somewhere around 17. I read in one of the reports. So, yes, technically a minor, not a little girl. She probably knew better, right? But still, why that matters is that they're not actually allowed to fine minors, according to the Washington Post, which notes that the same agency arrested and charged a 12-year-old girl for eating a French fry inside the same station in 2000. So they're not allowed to fine the minors, but apparently they're allowed to arrest them, which is crazy. Think Progress notes that the MTPD did not charge the teenager. So, look, if you're not charging her, why are you arresting her for eating a chips and a lollipop? And why do it so violently? I mean, you saw, kicked her legs out from under her and shoved her down. That's kind of a violent arrest. Why would they do that if that didn't even merit charges? Look, this whole thing is so messed up in so many different ways. Now, I want to read to you the police account of this. It says, observed officer advising the woman to put her bag of potato chips away while she is on the paid side of the fare gates. She responded with a defiant no. Officer walked over and stated that if she did not put her food away, she's to leave the Columbia Heights Metro station. She stated, no, I'm not going anywhere. They ordered her to leave the station 2 more times. She refused to comply. She then reached for her wrist. The officer reached for her wrist, placed handcuffs on her. She began to resist and continued to turn her body away from the officer, yelling and screaming, "Get off me," numerous times, causing some of the patrons to gather and others to flee. She was then arrested for unlawful entry. That's the police account of this whole thing. Here's my take of it. She's guilty, but of the cardinal sin of disrespecting a police officer. As far as I know, disrespecting a police officer is not illegal. And eating chips? Ridiculous. Getting arrested for eating chips in a lollipop? You've got to be kidding. Now, I have another video from this incident showing it later on that shows that it wasn't just enough to cuff her and take her feet out from under her. No. When she's actually getting put into the car, it gets kind of worse. Take a look.
Okay, ma'am, you can still video. I'm gonna ask you to stay right here, though. Right here, please. Back up. Leave her right here.
What the fuck? Off my hand. Off my hand. Relax. Let me do my job.
Let her do her job.
Hon, what the fuck? Alright, let me go. Son, you just slapped my face up and you fucking car. That's sexual harassment.
Slammed her face up against the car. I have to remind you, this is over a bag of chips and a lollipop. This is some straight up dystopian police state shit, okay? A bag of chips. Look, I know some of you are inevitably going to say, well, she could have just avoided this whole thing if she just put her food away and listened to the officer. Well, I gotta ask, how many of you have broken the law? I certainly have. Look, I've driven my car while eating a bowl of ice cream. Don't ask me how that's possible. Driving down the road, not safe, not possible, stupid bonehead thing to do. Did I get arrested for it? No. Did I get harassed for it? No. Did I get violently arrested for it? No. Do I do it anymore? Absolutely not. It's dumb. But anyway, look, she broke the rules. How many of you have broken the rules? Especially stupid ones like, can't eat on the train. Oh, fuck you. I'm going to eat this donut I bought. I'm going to drink this coffee that I bought. Sad day. What are you going to do? You're going to beat me up for it? You're going to arrest me for it? Apparently, in this place, you will be. Especially if you're black. It's not that big of a deal, though. And here's my problem with it. We've got to apply rules, yes, but we've got to do it within bounds of reason. If somebody's eating a bag of chips, waiting for the train, if I were a police officer, I'd probably let it go. Like, hey, you're not supposed to do that. Hurry up and eat it. Hurry up and get it done. Like, I don't care if you got to shove the entire bag in your mouth. Hurry up. You're not supposed to eat it when you're on the train. This wasn't even on the train. But still, you can't eat it when you're on the paid side of the line. It's not a big deal. It's certainly not a big enough deal to arrest someone for or take them to juvenile detention. But sadly, police have a history of, if they feel disrespected, they're going to come down on you. In fact, there was, in 2009, police arrested a Harvard professor by the name of Henry Louis Gates Jr. Now, his crime? Trying to get into his own house. He kept telling the officer, what are you doing? Why are you harassing me? I'm just trying to get into my own home. I locked my keys, or I lost my keys, or I'm trying to get into my own house. And I would appreciate it if you didn't harass me for this. No, he was arrested. Then you had a North Carolina police officer who beat and arrested a black man for doing nothing than sitting on his mother's front porch. Well, why did he get arrested? Well, because he started to get irritated when the cop was harassing him. What are you doing here? I'm on my mother's porch. Really? Is that what you're doing? What were you doing earlier? Can I see some ID? No, you can't see ID. I didn't do anything wrong. That's the kind of stuff that African Americans, that black people are putting up with right now. And you wonder why there are protests. You wonder why people are pissed off. It's not just about these individual instances. It's the fact that they seem to happen a lot. And look, there was another recent video of police arresting a black man for walking in the road. I understand that that's a hazard, but you don't shove somebody up against a car, which happened in that video as well, for doing that. It's supposed to be for their own safety that they're not in the road, and this for the safety of their other people. That doesn't merit an arrest. I just don't understand what's going on here. Other than to say that what we're doing, we're living in a police state. And see, the thing about living in a police state is that, yes, right now, it starts with harassing the powerless, the least powerless, which are minority communities. But how much longer until it starts to spread, until it starts to affect all of us? Got to put a stop to it now, legally, through law, through protest, to avoid it happening to everyone else. We've got to fix this problem with the police, and it starts with training them differently, and to stop training them as if the people are the enemy. Because when you start doing that, well, this is what you get. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent, non-corporate media, go to our Patreon page and become a patron. Patreon.com/TYTNation.